Hey guys, no editorial this morning. You noticed. I slept in, man. I slept into like 9:43. Um, and for some people, that may not be sleeping in, but for me, that's sleeping in. I was tired, man. I needed my sleep, and I was kind of sick. But Monday morning, back to it. I got some editorials for you. I got a list of them, baby, all week. So stay tuned. But I did a soundbite this morning. I uploaded a soundbite, and it was Direct D, and it was a cop asking him if he still had his tree service, to which he responded, I make a lot doing, or you know how much money I make doing this? I don't need to do no tree service. So I did a soundbite kind of saying something to the effect of, watch out who you give your money to, you donate your money to. And so many people are upset now, like, really? Like, is it any of your business, you clown? Like, you're jealous. No, I'm not. Really, I'm not. One guy, because I go to Dummy Kruger, Frauditor Wrangler, and Frog UK. I go to their channels and make comments or go to the live streams. So now this one guy, Ham Sandwich something, asked me, was I now a First Amendment auditor troll, or am I playing both sides? And I'm going to go through some things here. And I'm going to, hopefully, by the way, I'm going to shotgun. I'm going to be all over the place. Let's get on the train. Let's take the ride. And hopefully, those of you who are a little confused, like, gee, where's Jimmy coming from? What, dude, are you here or are you there? I'm going to go through some things, and hopefully you'll better understand when I get done here where I'm coming from and what I'm about. Because it seems there's some confusion. And I don't want no confusion. I want to get rid of the confusion. But first and foremost, I'm not playing any side. I'm playing my side. There's a movie called Black Rain with Kate Capshaw, Michael Douglas. I can't even think of his name. Oh my God, Andy Garcia. Yeah. John Spencer and a whole bunch of other people. But Kate Capshaw and Michael Douglas are talking, and he goes, sometimes you just have to choose a side. And she says, I'm on my side. And that's where I'm at. I'm on my side. I'm on the side of integrity and truth and honesty and ethics and accountability and transparency. I try to be as transparent and accountable as I can. There are some people who just despise We the People Tyrant Wars. And I don't know why, because if you don't act up or if you don't have a problem with people, you don't have a problem with them. I'm serious. I mean, I don't see a problem with what they do. They want to come look at my videos and stuff. Hey, give me feedback. Hey, you know what? You could have did this better. Or you know what? You're kind of going off the cliff here. Oh, man, and pull me back a little. We all need people like that in our lives. We all need We the People Tyrant Wars in our life to kind of pull us back a little bit and go, whoa, you're heading for the cliff, bud. We really do. So that's where I'm at, though, is I do these editorials where I hold law enforcement and public officials and different sorts of people accountable. But anytime I do a video on a First Amendment auditor, holding them accountable, all of a sudden I'm attacked. And people are like, oh, what are you a troll now? You attacking the First Amendment auditor? It's their right to do that. What? It's their right to act like the very cops that they're trying to hold accountable? You can't act like the very people you're criticizing and say, well, I'm good. No, you're a hypocrite. You're acting like the very people you're criticizing. That's why I try to be as honest as I can. I do. And so I'm going to be talking a little bit about some things I've seen in the First Amendment audit community that are contrary to integrity and ethics and transparency and accountability and honesty. Things that are contrary to that. I'm going to talk about a few things. Okay, I mean, I don't hate anybody. I'm not against anybody. I'm not, but if I see something wrong, I'm just the kind of guy to call it out. It's what I do. Why? I don't know. It's in my my conscience or something. I don't know. I wish I knew where this is coming from. It really got strong with George Floyd when the video came out of him dying underneath Derek Chauvin in Minneapolis. That's when I just like, my conscience started screaming, like, you need to do something. You can make videos. You know how to edit. You know how to create content. You know how to upload. You need to be doing this. Watch the movie Equalizer with Denzel Washington, because I so fit that guy to a certain degree, where I have the ability in video making and content creating to call people out when they're wrong and to help people understand, look, and that's what I'm going to do here in a minute. If I didn't do it, what kind of person would I be? You know, in that movie when Denzel's talking to his friend later in the movie and she asks, why this girl? And he goes, I don't know. You see a wrongdoing, you have the capability to do something about it, and so you do. Who knows why? Who knows why I do this? I just know when I see videos sometimes of things that are wrongdoing, or I see out here on the streets cops treating people badly, it bugs my conscience. And I say, you know what? I got to do something. I got to do something. I don't know where it comes from. Somewhere in here. But I'm not going to defend hypocrisy or stupidity or unethical behavior, lack of integrity. I'm not going to defend that. So, yeah, I disagree with the auditors sometimes. When you hear me use the term frauditor, by the way, somebody called me out on that. If I ever use the term frauditor, I'm not talking about First Amendment auditors. I'm talking about a frauditor, that guy. If the shoe fits, wear it, Cinderfella. So no, I don't. When I say frauditors, I'm not talking about every First Amendment auditor. I'm talking about those ones who can't be honest. So moving on. So Direct D. Why would I call him out? You know, all these people are giving money to Direct D, and it's fine. Somebody said, well, they're voluntarily giving their money. That's good. If they want to donate to his cause, they could write the balance of their bank book, their checking account to him. That's fine. Give him your money. I don't care. It's not my money. But if I can give one person information that they didn't have before, where they go, whoa, I didn't know that. Oh, really? And I'm going to go through that in a minute too with News Now Houston. But I've helped one person go, whoa, hold on a minute. What? I've helped somebody. So that's why I'm doing this. But I've seen all Direct D's videos. I've watched all his court videos. I listened to all his court, audio streams. And when he was in front of Judge, I believe it was Raymond Schumacher, and he was saying, I'm going to sentence you to 90 days in jail and yada, yada. And for those of you who don't know, Christopher Ruff, he said, oh, so you'd send the sole supporter of a newborn to jail. And it was on Dummy Kruger's video where Dummy goes, oh, so now he does care, But he says, so you'd send the sole supporter of a newborn to jail, saying that he's the sole supporter of his household. He supports his children. He's the one who finances that home. But just a few weeks after, he's in front of Judge Cynthia, what's her name, the lady. And when she was questioning him on his questionnaire for a public defender, he said, well, you assume because I have children that I'm supporter of a household. I support nobody. I don't support anyone. That's what he said. Well, when he's in front of Raymond Schumacher, he was the sole supporter of his children, and he can't go to jail. Now he's in front of this Judge Cynthia. He goes, I don't support anybody. So which is it? Are you sole supporter or no supporter? Something's up. Were you sole supporter then, and all of a sudden you say, I'm going to stop supporting because I want a public defender? I don't understand. There's a contradiction there. What else has he contradicted himself on? What else has he said that lacks integrity? He's fooling you guys, sometimes just think about it. What else has he said to any of you that's been wrong? I digress. But then he also said in one of his videos these officers, and he said, I'll cut your heads off. That's right, I'll come at me, And then when 11,000 people heard it and mentioned it, he pulled the video down, he edited it, he re-uploaded it, and then when you listen to it, you hear him say, I'll cut you off. Kind of, I guess heads did roll. They rolled right out of his audio. What else is he cutting out? What else is he being dishonest about while he's asking you guys for money? You want to give him money, I don't care. But if I can help one person go, I didn't know that. I didn't know all of that. I'm gonna go back and look at these videos. Boom, I've helped somebody. That's why I do this. If you guys want to talk about my videos, go ahead. You can ask me anything you want. I may have skeletons in the closet, but they're not hidden. I'll open that closet door and I'll say, here, this one, which one do you want to see? They're not hidden. That closet door is unlocked. I'll just open it for you. But that's why, and then when Drake D says, how much money I make doing this, I don't need to go and do tree service, and yet he's been saying he's in a financial bind and he's having financial crises and please give me money, guys, I need it. And maybe he does. Well, go start your tree service again. Go to some of your customers and say, hey, I'm doing a follow-up. Yeah, I make some money. How much money is he making? How much are you guys giving him? You making him rich? News Now Houston, Earl David. Now, I followed News Now Houston. When I first found him years back, I thought, man, this guy's a First Amendment auditor, man. He's the king. And everybody thought that. They thought, this dude is, whoa. And then I had heard that he had that sexual battery case. But he explained it to us. He came out right away and said, it was statutory, and I was 19 and I was dating a girl. She was almost 18, but she wasn't. She was like 17, and I kind of felt bad for him because we've had a kid like that in my town here that happened to. He was 16, I believe, but he was dating a 15-year-old. And when he turned 19, just shy of his 20th birthday, he got arrested because the parents found out him and their 17-year-old daughter, and he's 19, just shy of her 18th birthday, I think. But anyway, so they found out that they were, so they called the police on him, and he was charged with statutory rape because he was over 18 and she was 17. And I felt bad for the kid because I was like, they were dating since he was 16. And now all of a sudden, because the parents get pissed off, we're going to turn him in. He's over 18 now. So that's what I thought News Now Houston was, because that's what he told us. And I thought, oh man, I said, dude, that's a BS charge. I hate that thing, And then it came out, and thank you to Felipe Hemming, who brought all the court records and the dispositions and the case information, and we found out it was aggravated sexual assault. That means with a weapon. I believe it was with a gun. Aggravated sexual battery, and he was in his 30s and she was too young. Not the same story he was telling us. And I immediately unsubscribed from him. I dropped him like a hot rock. I was like, ain't nothing, that dude. I had nothing to do with him after that. Nothing. No how. He lied to us. And then he gets charged again, victimizing his family members, which he was convicted of, 20 years, and lies about that to the cops and lies to all of his viewers. Oh man, innocent until proven guilty. Well, he was already proven guilty back in the 80s. The recidivism for sexual offenses is over 55%. Did you know that? But News Now Houston, we all thought he was just the greatest, First Amendment auditor, and it turns out he's one of the greatest criminals and liars. He lied about so much. There have been First Amendment auditors who trespass and on their camera trespassing as they walk past it and then say, oh, I got arrested for recording in public. No, you got arrested for trespassing because you wouldn't give up your ID. We saw the sign. You know, the one, I forget. He's up North California, and I forget his, I think I know who it is, but I don't remember. It's one of the 2 or 3 cop watchers that I'm thinking of. But he was doing a live stream where he was riding his bike on the sidewalk. He was, look at this, riding on the sidewalk. Not supposed to do it, but hey, who cares, right? And then he went onto the roadway, and a cop came up and goes, I need your ID. He goes, what for? It's for riding your vehicle on the sidewalk. That's a infraction in this city. He goes, I wasn't on the sidewalk. But did you catch me on the sidewalk? Did you see me? And I'm thinking, we saw it in your live stream. So here's another one who's a liar, records his crime and then lies about it and goes, I didn't do that. And yet people are giving money to this guy. What else is he lying about? What else is he being dishonest about? What videos of his is he doing the wrong thing? And you guys think he's just the golden glory. You know, there was an auditor that stole an orange. And then when he gets arrested at the police station, everybody says, oh, that poor guy got arrested for filming the police station. And then someone went back on his live stream and pulled that clip of him grabbing the orange and putting it in his pocket. And he said, well, that's my friend. My friend lets me have oranges. Well, the police said it was the store guy that called. Some friend, huh? Some friend won't even let you steal from him. Long Island audits. I'm going to finish with this one. It's the last one. But Long Island audits, you know, walking up to the police car, you have a police car here, and the suspect's vehicle here. He walks up between the police cars, right up behind next to the lead police car, and the cop goes, you need to go back. He goes, I'm fine, I'm on the sidewalk. He goes, right, but you're obstructing me. You're in my scene. You need to go back. And all of a sudden he's arguing with the guy and he gets arrested. And people were upset because I said he should have been arrested. Number one, the cop told him, go over there. You can record over there. The cop was right. That's why when I walk up, you ever notice that I'll see police cars? I'll stop behind the trail police car. I'll stop behind that one and step over a couple steps and I'll zoom in. And do you know out of every 100 cops, probably 8 of them, if that many, that's a conservative number, or that's a liberal number, maybe 8 out of 100 will say something to me. And sometimes out of those 8, maybe only 3 push the issue. The other 5 are like, all right, whatever, but just don't move up no further. The rest of them, like 90-something cops, they just go, what's up, Jimmy? Or hey, how's it going, bud? Or have a good night, dude. Have a good night, sir. You know, hey, how's it going? Why? Because I'm honest, I have integrity, I have ethics, I am accountable, I try to do the right thing, and I make sure I'm doing the right thing, and I don't lie about it. Deputy Mike Rose in Yucaipa arrested me for jaywalking. I didn't jaywalk, and I even gave him the California vehicle code and I have a video of this. If you want to see it, let me know. I got it somewhere buried. I can pull it up for you. Many people have already seen this video. But I told him the California vehicle code. I said, that doesn't meet the elements of jaywalking. He says, well, I'm a police officer, so I'm telling you it is jaywalking. Even though he was dead wrong. And he asked for my date of birth, 10/21/66, 10/21/66, okay, 66. And he asked for my name. So I gave him my name. He said, spell it. I said it phonetically, real slow. He said, spell it. I said it phonetically 4 times. Did not spell it. He goes, he's not giving me any information. He's refusing to give me any of his information. So I'm just going to go with resisting. I wasn't resisting. I gave him my name 4 times. I didn't jaywalk. When he keyed the mic at one point, I did yell. I go, you know what? You're a POS. You're a dumb cop. You're blah, yeah. You're a punk. You know, really loud. So anyway, so he takes me in. he charges me with resisting and obstruction and jaywalking. They drop it. They drop it all. But the district attorney, because they want to get that check mark on the win column, they said, you know what, we'll drop the other stuff, but you have to go with 415 noise, because I yelled too loud, 415 noise, and you can just walk out of here. Bye. And I said, okay, 415 noise. Yeah, I was yelling at the top of my lungs. Cool. Goodbye. And I walked out. I didn't like go, oh, you arrested me for nothing. Well, he did arrest me for nothing. I didn't jaywalk. Gave him my name 4 times. Gave him my date of birth, which he wrote down. But the thing is, I was honest about it with all of you. I told all of you exactly what it was, and that's exactly what happened. And I got criticized for taking the plea deal. This other one, cop puts a spotlight on my face. I start telling him it's wrong. I tell him his policy, he's violating his media policy, he's violating his constitutional policy, he's violating the Bain Act, and they arrest me for talking, obstructing. And by the way, the complaint that I filed, they did sustain that it was provocation of him putting the spotlight on my face. They said, yes, we sustain it. That is, he did provoke you. He shouldn't have did it. And even the judge was like, I don't know, he's got a right to record in public. But because I was, yelling at the cop, he said, let's see if he gets in any more trouble. If he doesn't get in any more trouble in a year, we'll just drop it. So right now, if you look it up, it says not guilty. And my point is, and I'm sorry I talked for so long, I really am, but you know what? God bless you guys for hanging out with me. I should have did a live stream on this, but I had to do like 8 takes, so that wouldn't have worked. But the point is here is that if you get upset with me for holding First Amendment auditors accountable for calling out people that it appears they may lack integrity, or they may not be having good, or they may not practice good ethics, or they're dishonest, or they're shady in their videos. If you get upset with me for calling them out, then why aren't you upset with me for calling out law enforcement officials and public officials, law enforcement and sheriffs and police in my editorials? Oh, because they're cops. First Amendment auditors can do no wrong, but the cops, man, they're always wrong. That's not true. Wrong and right are a two-way street. It's a handball. However you throw that handball out, it's going to be delivered back to you in the same manner. If you deliver it out softly, it's going to come softly back and you can catch it. If you wing it, it's going to come right back in your face and it's going to bruise you. That's what I always tell the cops. If you're polite with me and if you're nice to me, you're going to get it back. If you come off like an asshole, guess what, man? Prepare. I remember a deputy told me one time, we don't know what Jimmy we're getting. You always know what Jimmy you're getting. Always. Because however you come off in return to me, I will come off to you. I always come off nice at first. But if you turn around and act like an asshole, oh, we're going to play that game? All right, flip the switch. But you know what? Over the last several months, a lot of cops, I think, have learned that lesson finally. And a lot of them are like, Jimmy, what's up, man? How you doing, sir? All right. And they take off. They've learned. It takes some time and it takes some work. But if I'm going to call out cops, I have to call out the First Amendment auditors too. Because I want people to know these are the ones that are doing right. These are the ones, a little questionable. Yeah. And I've done so many takes, I don't remember if I mentioned them in this video or not, but I'm going to end with SGV and PLA. The one thing I do like about SGV News First and Pedo Libre audits is I don't agree with their church audits. I don't agree with them auditing businesses, Mike the mechanic, Joe the paint body shop guy. I don't agree with that. But I will say this. The one thing I like about them is they are what they are. You get what you see. They're not shady. As far as I'm seeing, they don't, they don't lie or go behind. When something happens and they do a video, they say, this is what happened. And they don't really, you know, I haven't seen a whole lot of instances where they're not accountable to themselves. Yeah, they get arrested a lot, but they own up to it. I've never heard SGV say, well, I'm a supporter of my household, and then turn around and go, I don't support anybody. I've never heard him say that. Just saying. But let me know what you all think. Thank you.